Christine, the sheriff says staff reductions made years ago, combined with deputies leaving for other jobs, has finally caught up with the department. He says add to that contractual obligations, and the department will need to make some very tough choices about what services to cut. And that's not all.
We at the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department have a staffing crisis.
Sheriff Robert Luna rounds out his first year as the county's top cop with a warning about staffing shortages, mandatory overtime, and mental health in the department.
We have lost 8 employees to suicide. That is not acceptable. 1 is not acceptable.
He says the department is down about 2,800 employees, 1,200 of those sworn deputies, and acknowledges existing deputies are working too much to pick up the slack. After this anonymous letter about the problems went out to the community, and 4 people tied to the department committed suicide in just 24 hours, a former deputy reached out to Argina Silva.
I will work 6 days a week, 16, 18-hour shifts, and that leaves us with really no time to do anything.
The sheriff acknowledges that current overtime rates are untenable and says they've hired 350 deputies this year and hope to hire another 650 in 2024. What's more, they've added 3 more doctors to the department to deal with mental health and are working on plans to improve retention rates and to develop and implement best practices.
What are we missing? What do we need to do? At the end of the day, I am prioritizing employee wellness. We need to put that at the top of the list of everything we do.
But he adds his 1 year in office has also had successes. He says deputies have developed a joint task force which has decreased retail thefts like this one. And says they've made inroads complying with settlements over policing and inmate well-being, but tells us he also needs to replace aging technology and the almost 70-year-old Men's Central Jail.
I absolutely agree that Men's Central Jail needs to be closed down.
The sheriff says he'd like to replace Men's Central with a modern facility that is equipped to deal with addiction and mental health issues. In fact, he estimates about 42% of the inmate population here in LA County suffer from mental illness. What's more, he says he hopes the Board of Supervisors will let him commission an outside assessment to really look at and get a scope of the staffing problems. Live outside the Hall of Justice, I'm Christy Fajardo. Let's send it back to you.